Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. This one concerns really all the scandals that have been going on of recent, haven't they, that come to light. You know, the Partygate, the post office scandal, the poor devils still trying to get their payments, and obviously now the Waspi Woman. Now Jan happens to be one of those Waspi women, and she's 5 years younger than me, which meant that when I was 65, was hoping she'd get her pension as well at 60 and live a little bit more comfortably in our retirement. We put in all that years, so why not? But of course, when it came around, sudden shock horror, Jan's 60 and there is no pension, not for another 6 years. So it was a bit of a shock. Now, supposed to have been letters sent out to say that this was going to be happening way back in 2012 when the coalition government was in charge. Now it never got sent out, and obviously no notification was given that this was going to happen, so it was a bit of a sudden shock. Now I've looked back now and found out that back in the days of Blair that he decided to raise the state pension age, but it was a lot further on. It was kind of in the year 2030, 2035 and so on, and it was a lot more gradual, a lot more even, and capable of being carried out fine without any problems, I wouldn't have thought. But what happened was the coalition got in, and in 2012, let's bring it all forward. Let's bring it, and we'll make lots more money in the coffers, and everybody will be quite happy, because the men will just say, well, that's fine, they should be up to the same age as we are, why are they getting 5 years on us? And you know, it's not fair anyway, so they won't moan. And sure enough, no one moaned, because no one really knew about it. It got crept in quietly, I thought, at the time. I did remember seeing something about it, but just a sideline bit in a paper, you know. I don't think that's going to happen. But what I didn't realise was that it was already in and approved and done very quickly, and with little notice, obviously, for the ladies, because me and Jan never got any letter from the Department of Work and Pensions to say that it was not, she was not going to get paid any money and she'd have to work another 6 years. So you might say, well, you know, that's the way it is, and if you add it up, she's lost £50,000. So what happens now? Well, it's been dragging on for 5 long years since the first Ombudsman report to say that yes, the ladies should get paid, and now it's gone through again, and it's a certainty, yes, you should get your compensation. But what money are we looking at here? Well, between 1,000 and 3,000. You know, the minimum should be 10. I know it's going to cost the government a lot of money, but hang on a minute, add up 50 to 60,000 pounds that they probably gained from us not being paid. Where's all that money gone? Because there's the money, you've had it, you spent it, and now when it comes to paying out because you were wrong, there we go, it's going to be tough going for us to get anything, isn't it? I can see it being swept under the carpet and it's not actually getting anything. Now in France, I always think of that, when they tried to raise the state pension age there, they weren't going to have any of it, you know. It was block the ports up, there's not going to be any sailings here, let's jam the city out with cars, let's bring the whole country to a halt, let's have general strikes so that no one's working, let the economy bust for all they care, because they wanted their pension age to stay where it was. They're not going to have it going up, and of course they got their way. But we don't seem to do anything here, do we? I don't know why, we just kind of let it get swept over us, and we get swept along, and no one sort of does anything. It's really odd. It must be the British way or something, but it just seems fantastic to me that all these different things can happen. I mean, those poor postmasters and ladies that got all that grief from that Horizon scandal, which was horrific, and they're still fighting for justice now. A lot of them haven't been paid out, as we know. But how do you get them years back? So even if you've got nothing, at least an apology. Oh, hello Mo, come to say hello. Yeah, so just remember, this with your way of looking at this with the women should be the same as men, the retirement age. Just remember this, that most women, when they get to 60, were leaving their jobs to be carers. Now, whether it be for our parents, our age would be in their 80s or whatever, 90s, and need looking after, or whether it's the other way, and it's their children. So, you're all right, yeah? So the grandchildren. Why? Because both parents need to work these days to make a living. In fact, the government tried doing it can to make sure that women work as well. And the problem is that nursing care and childcare is very, very expensive, as we know. So who steps in? Yes, your mum. Yeah, and she's willing to do it because we do anything for our children. And if it means looking after the kids, picking them up from school, or in the summer holidays and whatever, looking after them so that you can work, that's what we do. So it's another side that is not really looked at about, you know, retiring at 60 for women. But there we are, that's my kick on it. It's 66 now and it's all too late in a way. I don't care if we don't get anything now, as long as it comes to public notice, which it has. And that's about it really, and catch you next time then. Bye bye. Come on in, let's go and get some dinner.